All right, so I'm going to go out and start the show off with saying real simple. Hand sanitizer does not blow up in your car. I've had hand sanitizer in my car since the swine flu outbreak, which was in 2009. That was 11 years ago. So for 11 years, I've always had one or two bottles of hand sanitizer in the door panel of my SUV. And I live in Vegas where it gets to 115 to 120 degrees. So inside the car is like 190. It doesn't blow up. So don't listen to what they're saying on the internet about some guy had a bottle of hand sanitizer in his car. And they forgot to mention there was wires, there was a detonator, and it had a battery, and you hit send on the cell phone, and they forgot to mention that part. But hand sanitizer does not blow up in your car. Matter of fact, this summer when it hits 115 degrees, I'm going to film it. I'm going to go out to my car. You're going to see the hand sanitizer in my car. I'm going to start it up, and I'm going to put the heat on. So I'll get up to 100, instead of 190, it'll be 195 to 200 degrees, and you'll see, I'll film it till the battery runs out. It doesn't matter. That's the point. The car's not going to explode with hand sanitizer, and if they did, Al Qaeda would be using that. So wait, you're not allowed to bring hand sanitizer on an airplane. All right, so I don't know. I gotta figure it out. I'll Google it. But I'm 99% sure that it probably won't. All right, so 3 people have asked me how my stock did this week. Actually, I had 4 people ask me questions. 3 people asked, how did my stock do this week? One person asked me, when I go to a deli, what kind of a sandwich do I order? So I'm going to start off with the important question first. When I go to a deli, I always order ham and salami. Sometimes I'll put provolone on it, which is cheese if you don't know. And sometimes I'll even add some pepperoni. Very rare that I do ham, salami, cheese, and pepperoni. That's like 1 out of like 1,000 sandwiches. I'll do all 4. Really stack it up. But here's the thing: the meat's got to be at least a fist thick. It's not like you go to Porter Subs and they put 1 slice of ham, 1 slice of salami, and they put like a half a truckload of lettuce. That's not how you make a sandwich. That's still not. All right. So that's the important question of what sandwich I order when I go to a deli. All right, so that's the important question. But how did my stocks do this week? And it's really good. See, on Monday the stock closed at 21.83, and then the rest of the week it was going up, it was going down, it was going up, it was going down. But the important part is on Friday it closed at $25.66. So if you have like 230 shares, it went up like $4. So you take $4 times your shares, and then, you carry the 2, carry the 3, and then you get a wheelbarrow. There's too many things to carry, so that's how you figure out how much money you make. So I made about $280 to $310, and so that was a good week for me. Just sitting at home doing nothing. If you want to make money, you got to use your money to make money. That's the way it is, Can't bet sports. I got the NASCAR race over here. I went on my app. I couldn't even bet the race. 2 weeks in a row now. Why even have the race if you can't bet on it? But anyway, Chase Elliott is leading with 29 laps to go, and I wrote down I was going to bet on Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, and Kevin Harvick. Those 3 drivers. I was going to put, like $50 each, and then one of them will win. So right now, Chase Elliott is in first place, and the other drivers are not in the top 10. So Harvick's in 14th, and Logano's in 18th. So, whatever. Doesn't matter. Betting NASCAR. I came up with another system here on what to bet on, since you can't do the sports and all that. So I have another system, but I got to talk to my lawyer to make sure I could talk about it, because I don't know, with all these stupid laws. All right, so that's how the stock is. So now, for the past 2 weeks, I've been watching a bunch of 5G stocks. I wrote down 20 of them. 2 weeks ago, I wrote down 20 stocks to watch, right? So in the past 2 weeks, it's real good. Some of them went up, some of them went down. None of them stayed the same. So I learned in 2 weeks, it's either going to go up or down. So at least we eliminate it's going to stay there and do nothing. All right. So that's nothing sitting there and park. It's either going to go in drive or it's going to go in reverse. That's the way it is. So you just got to figure out which one's a drive. Drive is up, reverse is down. That's the way it is. Up or down, which way you want to go. You always want to go up, right? Unless you put a short option and you're going to say that the stock's going to lose money. Like I think that I got a stock in mind that, Huawei. Get rid of Huawei. I think they're gonna lose Huawei with their stupid phones, and then should be banned in America. That's what the Huawei's. Anyway, so that's the stock. So if you're tuning in for the stocks, I wrote that down. I'm not going to do all 20 stocks of what I'm watching. I'll do another video. So I started watching a lot of YouTube videos on people saying what stocks are going to do, and I don't know, whatever. So that's the stock part right there. So now let's get into. There's a lot of street racing going on. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube because I'm staying at home. I'm not going to the street races. Why go to the street races if you actually I should go to them, because I have like no racing videos. More than half of my subscribers are here for racing videos. I'm on Stigs TV, and there's no racing. There's street racing. I might have to go out and film some street races, but there's been a lot of street racing going on, and I'm watching this one video, $8,000 race, $8,000 to the winner, and unbelievable. The Shallckheads, they don't have the quarter mile marked, bunch of Shallckheads. What are you doing? What are you going to do? $8,000 race? You don't know where the finish line is? You're not going to have that marked? So if I was racing, like I did back in the 90s and the early 2000s, if I was racing on the street and I lose and I know the thing wasn't marked, I don't know where the finish line was. And then they have to redo the race. Or I'm not, if I lose, I'm not going to pay. If I won, I'd be like, yeah, it was marked. I told you, right over there by the fire hydrant. But Shallckheads, not, you know who you are. You know who you are, Shallckheads. Mark your friggin' quarter mile. You have an eighth mile, you have a quarter mile. They got the starting line marked. Big deal. That's the easiest part. Just make sure the cars are even. You don't have the quarter mile. And they're like, well, let's go to the phone and see, run a replay. That's the best thing. Years ago, if somebody jumps, you lose the race. Now they got replays. They do better replays than football and hockey. Because last year with the Golden Knights, they're right behind. Or you go to the replay, they got it wrong. Game was over because go to the replay. That wasn't a penalty. They had to get rid of the refs. How you get it? You have replay, you get it wrong. Not in street racing. All of a sudden, 8 people. They pull up their phones, all watching it. Like, yeah, he jumped. Yeah, there's the end of the quarter mile right over there. Yeah, they got 8 people on replay over there. They got a better system than $1 million businesses, $1 billion businesses. The Golden Knights, the guy that owns the Golden Knights, he had to put $500 million up just to get the team. So it's $1 billion business. But Shallckheads, why don't you mark your quarter mile? Are you kidding me? That's the first thing I check if I'm racing. Where are we racing to? All right, is it marked? We're gonna have it marked. And then I have a guy over there, because there's always an argument if it's a close race. Who got there first? You always gotta have one of your guys at the finish line. All right, so that's. Look, I'm doing stock tips. I'm doing street racing tips. A lot of tips over here. You should send me some money. All right, so that's the street racing thing. And NASCAR's back. This race started at 3:30. I watched 2 movies. I'm now doing a podcast over here. Watched 2 movies. This race started at 3:30, and it's 5 hours later. Still 18 laps to go. This is ridiculous. NASCAR should be 1 lap on a 10-mile track. and you should be able to bet it like horse racing. See, like I would have had like a win, place, and show. I would have had Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, and Chase Elliott win, place, show, or you could key like Chase Elliott with Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, and Joey Logano. I got the Busch brothers, they're from Vegas. So it's 7 laps, 17. I said, of course he's gonna win. Of course he's gonna win. He was 6-1. I would have put $20 or $40 on. Would have made some money, but I can't do the betting on it. So I gotta start my own thing. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go play CeeLo. All right, so that's I want to talk about the street racing and the hand sanitizer. I don't need that. Stupid notes. And then you got a bunch of crazy people running around. Guy in Georgia faked a medical excuse letter saying that he had coronavirus, and then the company had to close down. They had to clean everything. They spent $100,000 cleaning and sending everybody home. They had to shut the business down because this guy wanted a couple days off, saying that he had corona. He was probably late to work. He's like, you know what? I'll just go home and send them a letter that I got this COVID. Got the COVID. The Wuhan virus. But anyway, this guy's still in the running for Employee of the Month, and I'm going to vote for him. All right, and then Crayola reintroduces flesh-colored crayons, which is great. I figured, flesh-colored crayons is going to be perfect for, if you work at a police station and you're a sketch artist. So then, then the guy could be like, well, he was a white guy, but he was tan. And then, the top of his shoulders were a little sunburned, so they were kind of red. They could get, it's a big yellow bird. He had a beak. That's good. That's good they're coming out with that. So it's unbelievable. Yeah, there's a white guy with a tan. He had sunburn on his shoulders, and he was wearing a sweatshirt. It was. How do you know he was sunburned if he's wearing a sweatshirt? It was a sleeveless leather jacket with a hood. Yep, so that's 12 laps to go. Chase Elliott. Here we go. That's what I've won money. That's the thing. I did very little research too. Very little. Usually I'm not gonna go into all the research, but got a bunch of new subscribers. 14 new subscribers. I gotta get to 1,000. I need 1,000 subscribers so I can make money on this. 468. I'm way off. I wanted to have this channel making money. I figured by the time I lose my job, I'll be making money on YouTube. And here it is, and not making any money. I need another, 500-600 people. So make sure you subscribe, share, and tell everybody to subscribe. So I need to be making money on this because I can't bet, I can't do comedy. I'm not making any money on YouTube. I can't race my SUV. It's not that fast. It goes 0 to 60 in, I don't know, less than a minute. So that's can't make any money on that thing. But before I started doing this thing, I gotta pause this here. All right. So before I started doing this show, I was looking at a hot dog cart. So I figured, can't make any money, I could take the money I made on the hot dog cart, $3,000. Figure I could go buy a hot dog cart, and 2 blocks away there's a park where they play soccer and they play lacrosse. And figure I go over there, sell a couple hot dogs. I figure make $100 a day. So like 2 hot dogs, $50 a piece, and then I come home and then I do my research and my YouTube videos and whatever else there is. But so $3,000 for a hot dog cart, and then I started looking at food trucks. food trucks are expensive. You know, I figure maybe I'll just take my SUV and I convert it into a food truck. Because that's the thing. If I get a hot dog cart, then I got to stand. I don't want to stand. You know, you got to stand for like 2, 3 hours. That's a long time. It's a long time standing for that long. But all right, that's gonna be the show because it's 7 laps to go and Chase Elliott is still winning. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Could have made some money on that, but what are you gonna do? It's like E-Trade when I was trying to get the stock at 12, 13. I couldn't get a week and a half, 2 weeks go by. I get the stock at 16. Here it is. Whatever.